In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a full-time living using the Medium Partner Program. I'm going to walk you through what the Medium Partner Program is. I'm going to give you success tips that are going to help you better understand how to use the platform, and I'm going to teach you the things that I personally know from my experiences as a successful Medium writer. And I wanted to lead with that before we dive into the tips. Regardless of where you found this video from, you're curious about making money on Medium, and you need to understand that the quality of advice that you will get on this subject is subject to the person giving it to you. And I say that leading into the fact that I am, without question, one of the top earning writers in the history of the website medium.com. I make a multiple six-figure living on the platform. I consistently earn more than $10,000 a month using Medium. And I wanted to start putting this kind of content out there because I've been seeing a lot of people giving blogging advice. I've been seeing people give advice on how to be successful on Medium, and I look at all of them and they don't have the level of experience that I do. They don't make as much money as I do. They don't have the number of followers on the platform as I do. So I'm just thinking I need to make sure I'm stepping in here and giving you the real quality advice from a proven professional. So like I said, I'm one of the top writers on the platform, and I have the receipts to show you, to prove it. You could look at my profile right now, and what you will see is a consistent production of quality content that gets tons of views, that builds a loyal following, and helps you get a lot of the things that you want. So I just wanted to put that there up front because I'm going to be creating a lot of content around this topic, and I want you to be rest assured in knowing that there basically is no one, at least not on YouTube, who is as qualified as me to teach you how to do this. Okay, so for those of you who are completely unfamiliar with how the Medium Partner Program works, it works like this. So Medium has readers who pay $5 per month to get access to exclusive content. The Medium Partner Program is a program for writers where you get to earn a share of the membership fees that readers pay. So the larger profile you build, the more fans you have, the larger your following, the more people engage with your work, the more money you can make on medium.com. And if you're willing to put in the work, and I mean put in the work, you definitely can make a living writing using Medium without question. I know several people who do it. But like anything else in kind of the online world, whether it's blogging or starting an online business, many people are not successful. Many people simply do not do what it takes to become successful on the platform. And my number one tip for being successful using the Medium Partner Program is to start writing on the platform and never quit. Start writing on Medium and never quit. See, here's what I see with people who get started on Medium. They get all excited, like you hear about the Medium Partner Program, you hear that you can make money blogging, and you can. But what a lot of people do is they hop right into Medium, they write a couple articles, they don't earn a bunch of money, they get frustrated, they burn out, and they quit. I have this joke that I wish that you were not allowed to see your stats and how much money you earn for the first 6 months being on the partner program. I wish they could hide that from you so you could just focus on creating quality content to rise up the ranks in the platform and build more followers and actually have a real foundation for not just being successful on Medium, but being successful as a writer, period. So I'll link to an article here I have about blogging tips, and that'll help you get up to speed on, the process of actually writing things people want to read. But that's important because a lot of new writers come onto Medium, and part of the reason why they're not making a lot of money up front, yes, it's because they don't have a following yet, but also the quality of the writing is just not that good. Okay? I've had friends, colleagues, people who they had experience, they were successful before they got onto Medium, they knew the ins and outs of how to blog, how to create content people want to read. So when they got on Medium, they were able to get traction, views, followers, and income much quicker because the quality of the writing was already paces ahead of most people who start. So get the idea out of your head that if you are total newbie when it comes to blogging, that you're going to start making a killing on Medium. It's just not going to happen. You're going to need to create a consistent output of articles in order to build that following and reach the tipping point. And this is something you really need to pay careful attention to when I explain it. You're not going to earn a lot of money up front for your articles at all, right? Oftentimes, you'll be earning an amount that'll make you get a little bit frustrated and wonder why you would keep doing it. But that's because you've been trained to think like an employee. You've been trained to think in terms of dollar per hour output, and that's not how you become successful on Medium at all. So how do you become successful? I have a really good example. A friend of mine, colleague of mine, she wrote every single day for a year on Medium. And when you calculated the dollar per hour output for her efforts, it really wasn't that much money. But then she emailed me in January and she told me she had her first $8,000 month on the platform. So she did that work to build the profile, and then in the future you get to get exponential results, which means you put the same level of effort in as you did in the beginning, but since your profile is larger, your audience is bigger, you get disproportionate reward for the same effort, right? I've been on the Medium Partner Program for years. I've been writing on Medium for years. I put the same level of time into my articles, but because I have a bigger following, because I'm a better writer now, and because the bigger you are, the more Medium's algorithm works in your favor, I get 10, 20x the views as I used to get for the same amount of effort years ago. So you're going to have to put in the time. I started writing on Medium in November of 2015. I started writing on the Medium Partner Program in fall of 2017, and I wrote for 19 months straight before I had my first $10,000 month. I put 2 years into being successful on the Medium Partner Program to where I started to reach levels where I felt comfortable and was ultimately able to quit my job, right? So you need to understand that Medium is not a charity. And I look into many kind of Facebook groups and people who are newbies on Medium, and often they're complaining about Medium's policies. They're complaining that their articles aren't getting curated, which is a feature of Medium. There are editors who work for Medium who curate or select the articles they want to promote. Hint, getting curated more often involves having better quality content, right? So they complain about not getting curated, they complain about this or that, and they don't put the time in. They don't put nearly the amount of time in, and they look at Medium like a charity. Medium is a business. It's not a charity organization. So if you look at a business, the goal of a business is to be profitable. It's not profitable for Medium to promote content that isn't of the quality that its target audience would want to read. So if you're brand new to Medium, you're going to have to spend a decent amount of time simply making your bones as a writer before you get to experience the rewards of being on the platform. One of those things you can do to be successful and accelerate your growth is getting familiarized with the platform. Read articles on the website, comment on articles on the website, realize some of the different elements of how the algorithm and feed works. You'll notice that the posts are broken into different sort of topics. Look at what topics might fit your content. You'll see that there are different little publications in many online magazines. That's something I talk about in this video where I give an introduction to how Medium works. There are publications who you can reach out to who have a built-in following that will help you promote your work. But again, you have to have good enough content for those publications to want to accept you. Look at who some of the top writers are in different niches and understand what makes them successful so that you can reverse engineer their success and make it your own. In my Flagship premium course, which there's a link to below, I go through an entire process of understanding how to perfectly match the content you write to the needs and interests of readers on Medium. And I show you what works for different creators, from headlines to the images they use to the way they format their post to where they post their post on Medium itself. And I break down every single aspect of how to get yourself familiar with the platform so you can become successful. But for now, take time to actually study how the platform works. So get signed up for Medium, get signed up for the partner program, make sure you become a Medium member just because it's karma. If you want to get paid for your writing, it would make sense that you should probably pitch in $5 a month to help other writers make a living, don't you think? And like I've talked about in all the videos on the channel so far, the number one thing that keeps most aspiring writers from being successful in the Medium Partner Program is failing to learn how to write for an audience. So many writers get onto Medium, and what they do is they essentially create a personal journal and kind of talk about whatever they feel like talking about. When they need to learn what topics are interesting to people, they need to learn how to craft and package their words. That means using headlines that are persuasive. That means writing compelling introductions and conclusions and structuring your posts in a way that makes them easy to read. It's about formatting. Medium has an excellent user interface, and one of the things you can do, which is another thing I talk about in my course, is format your posts in a way that are very visually appealing for people to read. So there's all these different elements that you can study and focus on to get better, but you're gonna have to put in the time. So when you reach the point where you're putting out consistent quality content, Medium is definitely a volume platform. That's one thing you need to understand. If you don't want to write a lot, and you don't have to, meet this quota up front, but I haven't seen many writers be successful who haven't written at least 3 articles a week for a sustained period of time. So you're going to have to get up to that kind of production level to be successful, because when you're consistent, you continue to get attention of the editors and curators. They see your name continuing to pop up for consideration. When people come to know your content and your voice, they see your name and it makes them want to click because they're connected with you as a writer. So if you're consistent, you'll be successful. I even have some friends who they're kind of kicking themselves because they started a few years back when I got started on Medium, but a couple of them, they just took a break at the wrong time. They already had good followings. They already had quality content going, and they stopped writing like right when the partner program came out, and they missed out on all that momentum. And now they're circling back to like, IO, what did I do? And I'm like, it is what it is. You have to start again now. But had they just continued to write the way I did, they'd be successful. To date, I think I have like 60,000 followers on Medium. Like I said, I make a 6-figure living, maybe multiple 6 figures in 2020. I have millions of readers per year, hundreds of thousands per month. And literally the only reason is because I got started 4 years ago and I just never stopped. I just put out articles every day for 5 years, and that's how I became a successful blogger, period. So you'll work your way up to this and you'll become more of an elite level professional blogger, so to speak. But when it comes to putting in the work, people like Seth Godin, he's been keeping a daily blog for 20 years. You can spend a little bit of time working on your craft. Like this is a process, and you really have to get in and develop a love for writing. If you don't love to write, or if you don't get yourself to the point where you love to write and you are really able to put out consistent work, you're not going to be successful on Medium. If you ignore the way the platform works and you just post to your feed instead of posting to publications, if you don't choose tags that match readers' interests, if you don't use style and aesthetics and images to make your posts look pretty on Medium, if you ignore that stuff, then you're going to fail. And Medium is such a great opportunity. The best thing about it, really the greatest thing about Medium, is that you just get to do what you want to do. You just want to write, when I was coming up in blogging, you had to do so many different things to make money. You had to build up this huge email list and then write books, and then you'd have to offer a course or some coaching to kind of support yourself, because it was really difficult to kind of make money one-to-one directly from writing. Well, Medium has solved that problem. And if you build that catalog on Medium, you can just do what you want to do, which is get paid and get your message heard. If you're an aspiring writer like me, you just have things on your mind that you want to share with the world. And if you learn to do that in a way that connects with the interests of readers, you can be successful. But you have to put in the time. So here's what I'm going to do. If you look in the link below, there's 2 things. One, there is a link to my premium flagship course, that shows you everything you need to know to make money on Medium. If you're ready to go right now, just go ahead and just dive in, and I'll see you on the other side of that. But I also have a free 5-day email course. So check the link below and you'll see a free 5-day email course where I'll walk you in depth through some of the additional steps that you need to be successful in the Medium Partner Program. And then that way you'll have things that you need to know to get started. So check both of those resources out. Hit the like button on the video, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have additional questions about Medium so that I can use those questions to create more videos. And I look forward to, continuing to engage with you and teaching everything I know about blogging. I've spent half a decade mastering this craft, and I wanted to make sure that I was an expert before I started giving advice. So just know that you're going to get the top quality professional blogging advice that you really can't find anywhere else, especially when it comes to Medium. All right, I'll see you on the next video.